Welcome back to another video. It's Friday and you know what that means?
It's time for Top Fuel Teachers.
So thank you to Harry for today's intro. Harry was actually a student here at Rally Sport Engineering Academy a few years ago. And it's nice to see him still involved with cars. So in today's video, we're gonna...
Hey, you've got to see this.
Chris, I'm doing a video.
No, look, you
Top
need
Fuel
to,
Teachers,
they
Chris.
need to see this.
Oh,
come on,
Chris.
Walk with me.
Come. Oh, what's up?
Look with me. It's back on its wheels. Look at this. Look how low it sits.
Oh my word, Chris.
Haven't they done well? Look, if you remember, this had massive gaps in the arches. Now it is down.
Chris, I've got to admit, Chris,
It looks cool now, right?
I'm actually quite liking it.
If you also look, it's spaced out. Those wheels have got 20mm spaces all round to fill up the arches.
Is that like rolling on 20s, Chris?
Like rolling on 20s.
Like rolling on 20s.
Rolling on 20s. Now, obviously, we've still got to do the exhaust. I mean, I'm worried the exhaust is going to scrape on the ground now. We're sitting that low.
I mean, what do you think, people? Do we like it? I like it.
So, now, also, come round the front. Look at this. That is mounted to the chassis.
Look
That
at
is
that
solid.
as well.
Now, appreciate it needs colouring in, but that is not going anywhere. That's not going to flap about in the breeze.
Shane, you know who you are. Remember that? Thank you.
And divert your eyes to the bonnet. Look at this. As we said, air filter coming out of the bonnet. Now,
Chris.
one for the viewers. Do we leave it like this? Now, obviously, we're going to get some bead in sharp edges. But do we also put a scoop on it? Or do we leave it like this? Let us know in the comments.
Oh, yeah.
Give us your thoughts. Scoop, no scoop?
Do we have a scoop to force the air in? Or do we have it open like that? That's a good call, that, Chris.
So,
What
do you think?
do you think? Scoop or no scoop for that?
It's not the only thing we're thinking about having popping out the bonnet.
You have been busy, Chris. You have been busy.
Right. Well, it's not me, it's the students. They have been grafting this last week, 2 weeks. I can't remember when the last video went out.
So come on then, what else with the bonnet?
So,
What else?
with the bonnet, yes, we're thinking another hole.
Another hole.
And a valve
Vents?
exhaust.
Oh.
So now, obviously, this isn't a turbo, but if we get a valved exhaust, we can make it look like it's got a screamer pipe coming out of that bonnet.
So you'd have flames, Chris.
Flames. Now, this would be part of their curriculum because it's exhausts. But it's also modifying a car. Now, I appreciate that's not an MOT legal one. This car will never go on the road legally. This project and what you can do.
If it's valved, like you say, and the exhaust goes all the way through the cat and out the back,
This is very true.
that would be legal, Chris.
It would be one. So then we've got our track day, screamer, and road legal.
Might be a bit loud for track days, Chris.
Well, it depends where we put the decibel meter. Back here, over there, I think we'll be all right.
On a Tesla.
On a Tesla, exactly.
On a Tesla.
Yes. I've seen it done with side pipe race cars, and they stand at the back.
Yeah.
I'm not saying who
Chris,
you are.
I'm impressed, Chris.
So obviously we've still got other things to do. Obviously we've still got to paint it. That'll probably be a summer holidays. Also, I can't have the students with the aerosols, so I'll probably do that. Other things, mirrors, get rid of the taped up mirrors. Maybe we'll get some carbon look. I don't think our budget will quite extend to full carbon.
I might have just a thing.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
I might have just a thing there, Chris.
Oh, in Adie's cave, it's much like Aladdin's cave, but it's got car parts in it.
Oh, I'm really liking the look of it, Chris.
But it's no longer your granny mobile at all. This is, our students would be happy to be seen in this, driving around once they've passed their tests.
And you're painting it up with a livery.
Painting it up with a livery. I'm still keeping the colour scheme under wraps at the moment.
Is that a pun? Under wraps?
Yeah, no.
No, we're not wrapping it, no?
We're not wrapping it, no. We are done with the wrapping.
Oh, Chris.
Still a few things. Still got to find my killer rear wipers.
I keep threatening to find you one for that, Chris.
You do?
I keep threatening. I'll tell you what, Chris, you take the camera a second.
I've got the camera.
You just talk.
And while he's off in his cave over there, other things we need to do then, still need to wrap the window, tint the windows all round. That'll be a full tinting kit. Obviously we can't do your driver's windscreen. We will, however, get like a sun strip on there. We'll probably get some pun of some wording. As you can see, still got to put the wipers in and the scuttle panel. And I would like to still do a single wiper conversion on it. Very big in the late 90s, I believe, the single wiper conversion. And inside, as you can see, we've still got to get the bucket seat in. Ideally another seat, bucket seat, whatever. So yeah, a bit of a mess inside. Still some work to do. Down here, I would also like to raise up the gear selector like we did in the track Focus. See what else we can do. Maybe a hydro handbrake if we can, if the budget allows. All good things. Here we are. He's been to his cave.
I have a box of bungs, Chris.
A box of bungs. We all need bungs.
That'll do, won't it?
Lots of bungs. Bungs for the
Bit
holes.
loose, but that'll do.
What are we thinking?
I am impressed, Chris.
Give you that.
Oh, I've got it back now.
But debadge it.
Yaris. Grrr.
For Max.
Oh, Chris, I am impressed. So the students have done the suspension.
The suspension.
What? We got lowered springs for it, yeah?
Lowered springs all round.
Do you know the mil? It
was-
looks a lot.
It was supposed to be 25 mil. I think we're probably hitting close to 35, 40.
Yeah, it looks it.
Might have got a bit click happy. So yeah, we've done the suspension. We've still got the exhaust system to do. Includes the rear box and the valved pipe. We've done the induction system, so that's air filters there. We've got splitter, modifying for fun. Showing them how to do it properly though. We have joked about how you see cars that it's just done to the bumper, and you see them going down the road like they're flapping in the breeze. Other things the students would like to see on this car, I just popped these, is
Toe straps.
tie straps. Now we have discussed that you have to put these, remove this just pops out, and screw it into the chassis. Again, you will see cars going down the road and that's just screwed into the bumper.
I've seen them cable tied onto the grills.
Oh, good lord.
Chris.
I mean, for aesthetics, brilliant. But if you actually need that, you're going to rip your bumper off, or it's just going to rip off the bumper.
Not going to be pretty, is
It
it?
needs to be chassis mounted.
So you're going to get some mesh,
Going to get some mesh. That'll go in there, black.
a few extra holes
A few extra holes.
for cooling.
Obviously for our intercooler that we don't have and don't need.
Do you know, Chris, you can get an air filter that looks like an
Well,
intercooler.
we might have to then look at investing in one of these then.
A front mount air filter.
Front
Chris.
mount air filter. We'll have to find another use for the bonnet. We can find a use for that scoop hole.
Tell you what, give us some ideas of what we should do to it. A few other YouTubers are doing this, but give us some ideas as well. What other modifications would you like to see our students do to our Yaris Grrr?
Grrr.
Well, I mean, Chris, I am impressed. It actually, the stance of it and the way it sits, Chris, is pretty wicked.
It's a different car now.
It is. Needs a clean though, Chris. It's a bit dirty.
But I've got just a student for that. He comes in on Fridays.
Yeah, right, okie dokie, that's cool.
He loves cleaning a car.
What, properly? Yeah.
Obviously, the back end, then, yeah, we've still got the spoilers on there. That just sets off the back end. I mean, it just adds weight.
Should we get some perspex and try and cut some windows out for it,
We
Chris?
could do that. I was talking earlier about tinting them, but perspex, yeah, I like that.
Yeah?
Yeah,
See if we can
weight
get some
reduction.
sheets of perspex and just make our own.
Yeah, obviously massive weight reduction there because then we're taking out all the mechanisms,
The electrics
the motors.
and that as well, yeah.
The massive weight reduction there. Be worth doing.
What about what? Oh,
Still haven't smoked the rear lights.
no.
Still need to do that.
I'm liking it, Chris. It even looks fat at the back now, doesn't it?
It does.
With the wheels and
wheels out and sitting down.
Yeah, it looks fat at the back.
I mean, it now makes, if you look at the micro, it makes the micro look like a massive tractor.
Well,
and these were about the same height.
They were, Chris.
So,
I mean, I'm impressed. I've got to say, Chris, I'm impressed.
and this is all budget parts, all parts you can find on eBay or overnight from Japan.
Overnight from Japan.
So this is all stuff anyone can do. We haven't had any specialist parts here.
All cheap bits as well, really, isn't it,
Yes.
Chris? Everything students could do to their first car as long as they tell the insurance.
Yes, always tell the insurance. I mean, like I said, these are mini wheel. I think the most expensive part was the wheel spacers. Because they are proper wheel spacers.
Ah, right. And the seat's going in soon, is it?
Seats going in soon. We've got to sort out the seat base and runners. They are a slightly different width, so a bit of fabrication there. And I did touch on earlier a single wiper conversion. That's got to be done.
I've done that a few times.
But it'll suit this, I think.
Max Power Fiesta, single wipered. What was that?
We let's make sure that's locked. That ghost is back again. But that's it. That is, what do you think? That is our car.
I like.
So far.
I like. Right, so, I mean, what? Get in
Close.
What do you think? What do you think? I think Chris and his students have done an amazing job on making this car actually look cool.
Yeah.
Hopefully the previous owner of this car will be watching it. If not, I'll make sure they find it. But it's cool. So anyway, we're going to round this video off here. So it's goodbye from Chris.
See ya.
And it's goodbye from me. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next week.